Hey guys, I'd like to talk to you about something today that's on my mind. That's coming up in just a sec. Thanks for visiting my channel, guys. This is Haseen at Noisehound. Wanted to talk about this situation that we are supposed to be in with regards to self-quarantining. It's really important for us all to do what we're told to do and to voluntarily self-quarantine. So that we can help to stop the spread of the coronavirus. I get it. We're Americans. We don't like the government telling us what to do. The government doesn't tell us what to do. We tell the government what to do, for crying out loud. We're Americans. I get it. I understand. But if we don't start doing things voluntarily and acting like responsible people with compassion and love for our fellow Americans, we are going to be living in a police state pretty soon, because they're going to have to hunker down and have the National Guard patrol the streets and keep us indoors for mandatory quarantining and mandatory curfew. It's because, we have people out there acting like idiots, quite frankly. I saw a story this morning of a group of teenagers in Virginia that are literally going into grocery stores and coughing on the produce to infect the produce with their germs. Come on, people. For real? Is this for real? I've been a teenager, believe me. I know I did some really stupid things, maybe even really close to that stupid. I've never put other people's lives in danger. Behavior is reckless at best. I saw a story last week about a guy here in the Raleigh area. I live in the Research Triangle, North Carolina, Raleigh, just outside of Raleigh, North Carolina. Somebody went to the Millennium concert last Friday, and of course there's nothing wrong with that. It was way before everything was shut down. But he consciously went while he was exhibiting symptoms. He had a fever, and we knew about this thing on Friday. We were being told if you had symptoms to stay indoors. I remember because I was indoors last Friday. So I get it. Like he had 4 seats for the concert, so he probably spent a decent amount of money for the 4 seats. But again, this behavior is reckless. It's not about us. It's about who we could potentially infect. People are dying out there from this disease. These are people's lives that we're putting at risk by this type of reckless behavior. There was another story a week ago. Somebody went to the Lego show at the convention center, again, consciously exhibiting symptoms. They knew they had symptoms and they could potentially be infected with the virus. They went anyway. This is what I'm talking about, people. Like we need to be better, more responsible citizens and exhibit compassion for others. Otherwise, the government is going to have every right to come down on us and put in place some serious draconian type measures to keep us indoors. How about the spring breakers earlier this week?
If I get corona, I get corona. At the end of the day, I'm not going to let it stop me from partying. We've been waiting for Miami spring break for a while. About 2 months we've had this trip planned. 2-3 months. So we're just out here having a good time. Whatever happens, happens.
Like, it's really messing up with my spring break. What is there to do here other than go to the bars or the beach, and they're closing all of it? It's really messing up. I think they're blowing it way out of proportion. I think it's doing way too much.
Doing us bad. We need a refund. This virus ain't that serious. It's serious. It's more serious things out there like hunger and poverty, and we need to address that.
Yeah, I mean, we planned this a long time ago, and it was kind of up in the air if we still go, but like we're here. I just turned 21 this year, so I'm here to party, so it's kind of disappointing, but we're just making the most of it. We met these other people in our little Airbnb spot, so we're just hanging out with them and trying to get drunk before everything closes.
Meanwhile, the governor, Ron DeSantis, has closed schools, canceled state testing for schools this year. In other words, we're not going to measure any academic progress for our students this year, but we're not going to close the beaches. Come on. Governor DeSantis, does this make any sense? Close the beaches, for crying out loud. And then we have Evangeline Lilly, the actress from Ant-Man and the Wasp, who is on public record tweeting out, I am not going to self-quarantine. I am not going to be living in a police state. Once again, reckless at best. These are people's lives we're talking about. In Seattle, who, you know, we all know, the state of Washington is hard hit by this outbreak, by this epidemic. One of the reasons their death rate is so high is because they have 37 deaths right off the bat from where this thing started in a nursing home in Seattle. We know that we're being told that this disease adversely affects the elderly population. And of course, you know, in a nursing home like this, it's going to spread like wildfire. They had 37 deaths right off the bat from one nursing home in Seattle. And unfortunately, I saw a story yesterday right here in Cary, North Carolina. We have an assisted living facility and someone has tested positive for coronavirus. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If we don't take it upon ourselves to try to stop the spread, somebody's going to go see their grandmother or grandfather in an assisted living facility and they're going to spread it there, and it's going to run through like wildfire. And unfortunately, people are going to die in significant rates in that age category. These are people's moms, people's dads, people's brothers and sisters. So let's do the right thing, guys. Let's take it upon ourselves. Let's stay indoors, self-quarantine, do what you're told. Let's wash our hands, stop washing our face, do what we can to stop spreading this pandemic. I want to give a shout out to 2 NBA players that have both said, put out similar messages on social media. Marcus Smart.
What's up, everyone? So I just found out I tested positive for the coronavirus. I'm okay. I feel fine. I don't feel any of the symptoms. But I can't stress enough of practicing social distancing and really, you know, keeping yourself away from a large group of people, and just really washing your hands and help protect yourself and help protect others by protecting yourself. Thank you.
So just a really good example of how someone could easily spread this virus to someone else without even knowing it. I hope he's well. I hope he hasn't started exhibiting symptoms. I hope he's still feeling great. The other NBA player I want to give a shout out to is Al Horford from the Philadelphia 76ers. My favorite basketball team. Go Sixers.
Hey, Al Horford here from the 76ers. Want to encourage everyone to work from home if you can. Make sure that we stay isolated, that we listen to our health officials, and take care of yourselves.
Way to go, Al Horford. Thanks for the support. And again, guys, let's do the right thing. Let's stay indoors, self-quarantine, and let's stop the spread of this thing so we can get on with our lives. Haseen here at Noisehound. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I want to know what you think about this topic. So please leave comments in the section below. And until next time, take care.